Hi, everyone. I wanted to discuss some ideas for your essay that's due this Sunday, Sunday the 13th. So, the first part is going to be a little bit of a review, which is your introduction. So, with your introduction, you guys should have a hook. So, remember, a hook can be a famous quote, it could be a surprising statistic, a personal experience, or even some kind of question. Okay. You're going to have a few background sentences that are going to connect with the hook, and then obviously the background to the thesis. Okay. So we've been practicing all of this, like especially in the first 2 weeks of class, and you had your thesis statement practice last week as well too. So remember, the thesis statement's kind of the trickiest sentence to make. It's the last sentence of your introduction, and it has to represent your entire essay. So sometimes I even save it to the end and go back and add it. But whenever I create one, I usually have to tweak it 3 or 4 times. So just know that that's normal. All right. So that'll be your very first paragraph, your introduction. Okay. Um, then we're going to jump into your body paragraphs, and this might be where you are stumped. So, this is why I wanted to create this video because if you were planning last week and you were thinking, I'm out of ideas or I'm not sure what to say, so I created an example body paragraph for you so you have an idea of what expectations I have. Okay, so before I read this to you, I want you to know that I got the idea from here, the article. Um, Sorry, let me jump to the top. The article, Stop Trying to Be Happy. Okay. So that's where I'm getting all of my ideas. Is they're all coming from your three sources. Okay. Stop Trying to Be Happy, the video, What Makes a Good Life, and the other article, Happy Hour. Okay. So what I did was I went through here and I found points that really resonated with me or that I just thought were excellent points. And I wanted to make a paragraph off of that and take that idea and go with it. So my first paragraph is based off of this. Happiness is not the same as pleasure. Okay, so I should indent this. Okay, there is a subtle difference between pleasure and happiness. If you look up happiness in a dictionary, it says it is a mental state. If you look up pleasure in a dictionary, it says it is a feeling of satisfaction. Pleasure can certainly create happiness for brief moments, but it's not forever. According to the article, Stop Trying to Be Happy, but while pleasure is great, it's not the same as happiness. Pleasure is correlated with happiness but does not cause it. When I see my kids score in a soccer game, it gives me so much pleasure, but as the day goes on, the moment disappears. My real happiness comes from the general contentment of knowing that my family is happy, they have a roof over their heads, I have a job I love, and adorable pets. Okay? So, the idea is coming from the article. I have support from the article, which is in yellow. So, it's a direct quote. For this, please know that this is only 2 lines. If you're giving me a huge fat quote that's a whole paragraph, that's too much because the whole point of the essay is to show me what you can write and not what you're using from outside sources. Okay. So try to keep it to 2 or 3 lines and that's it. Then in green, I'm including my personal experience, my personal perspective, because the title of the writing prompt for this particular essay is "What is happiness to you?" So your own personal experience should be reflected in your essay. And I'm looking for that. I don't want you to give me a definition of happiness, especially a Chat GPT, very vague idea of happiness. I should see support from your articles, your three sources. That's a must. And I should see some, you know, the points being brought back to you personally. Okay. So that's to me what would be a solid, good paragraph. All right. And basically, what I did and what I recommend to you all is to go back to your three sources and pull out points from the article. Each subtitle up here has good has good stuff. So wherever, and you don't have to do every single one, because it's only a 2-page essay, but wherever something grabs you, or it meant something to you, go ahead and build a paragraph off of that. So you can see from this particular article, another paragraph could possibly focus on failure. Let me get rid of that. Sorry. Failure doesn't mean you cannot be happy. You can, provide an example, a personal experience, to elaborate. Another body paragraph could be positivity does not mean you are happy. Explain that again, use some kind of personal experience, and then just keep building. Go to didn't mean to do that. Go to the video, what makes a good life, take something from there. Go to happy hour, take something from there, and just keep building. So some of you might have 3 or 4 body paragraphs. Some of you might have 5 or 6, and that's just all based on how many points you're making, what are the sizes of your paragraphs. But there's no specific requirement. The only requirement is that you hit 2 full pages, however you want to do that, as long as you have an introduction, your body paragraphs, and then lastly, you're going to have a conclusion. So that concluding paragraph needs to connect back to the thesis. In a conclusion, you can always make a prediction or a recommendation. You can restate some key points, and you can also add another famous quote. So beginning with a quote, ending with a quote, that's always great. That's always welcome. Okay? So I hope this helps you if you've been a little stumped, and I hope this gives you a little clarity about what I'm looking for. So remember, this is a first draft. I'm not looking for perfection. So I'm going to revise it and then give it back to you, and you'll have an opportunity to fix everything for the final draft, which is where your real grade will come from. Okay? All right, email with any questions.